What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Get Rich and Go Broke Trying. I am your host, Eddie Kang. We are season 2, episode 6. I apologize for the delay. My internet has been dog shit for the past week. Got to step up a little bit. Enough for me to record another episode. Went to record last night, but didn't really see much on the board that I liked. So to make up for it, I got 5 picks for y'all today, plus a bonus pick, so 6 in total. Quick recap of episode 5. We went 3-2, but we won 2.5 units. We have yet to have a losing episode this season. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, y'all. I do this shit to make y'all money. I do this shit to make myself money. And that's what we've been doing. We've been making money. So for season 2, we are 13-8. We are up 9.95 units. All time, we are 85, 72, and 2, up 21.66 units. This is a quick recap for episode 5. First pick, we had Lee and Coach Fioretto over 2.5 sets at 132. That cashed. I told you guys 3 weeks ago they went 3 sets and we were going to run it back. They went 3 sets. When you got two evenly matched players, you got to trust history. We took Tommy Paul to win his straight sets at even money. He lost that. Ended up winning the match 2-1. Brooksby won the first set. He was 0-5. He had lost his last 5 sets. I was hoping he would lose his next 2, but he decided to figure out how to play tennis again. Can't be mad at it. It is what it is. We have Florida minus 7.5 versus Georgia. Told you guys Georgia couldn't get any stops. Florida had already beaten them by 15 points. Beat them by 20 this time. Final score was 86-66. Georgia's defense is just not good at all. Went from an early season top 25 team to not even going to make the tournament. After that, we had Tennessee minus 7.5. I believe this was my pick of the show. My best play of the show versus Mississippi State. Best defense in the SEC versus a team hemorrhaging points. Tennessee owned the matchup 16-5 in the last 21. Making 17-5 in the last 22 now. Vols covered I'm not going to say comfortably. I started to say they covered comfortably. They were up by 23 most of the game. Ended up winning, I believe, by 9 points. Turned into a sweat at the end. I also personally had money on this on the side outside of the podcast. So definitely sweated that one. Then the last one, I was hoping bro was going to pull through for us. We took Tiafoe money line plus 120 versus Corda. He was heated in his first round matches the last 4 years in Dallas. Just like the previous 4 years, he ended up losing the round 2. Lost in straight sets to Corda. It wasn't a pretty sight. So overall, not a bad show. Could have been better, but we're going to make up for it this next go round. Speaking of Tiafoe, pick number 1, Delray Beach, round of 16, Thursday, 2:30 ET. We were putting 1 unit on this. I do not know how to pronounce bro's name, so I'm just going to go ahead and give it a shot. Savajda, EDA. We're taking him plus 136 money line versus the aforementioned Francis Tiafoe. Savajda is 13-2 in 2026, 11-1 on hard courts. He is fucking scorching right now. He won the San Diego Challenger, ironically, against Sebastian Corda, who beat Tiafoe in our pick last episode. He's in his 2 qualifier matches, plus his first round match in Delray. He has 36 aces. He's serving 85% on first serve points. Tiafoe's 5-3 in 2026, and he just lost to Corda in Dallas, like we just said. Delray Beach is the slowest hard court on ATP Tour. It plays like clay. That favors baseline grinders. Has already won 3 matches on this court. Tiafoe has just arrived, so this is a classic. This is a classic rust versus rhythm match. We're gonna go with the rhythm. It's the first time they've ever played. There's no scouting report on either one of them. 13-2, court time advantage, plus money. The kid's live. We taking him 1 unit. Pick number 2, Lerner Tien to win set 1 at minus 160. This is a 2-unit play. Tien is number 23 in the world. He made the Australian Open quarterfinals where he destroyed Medvedev 6-4, 6-0, 6-3. He is facing Kekmanovic. I think I said that right. Who was number 83 in the world. But he is 2-5 in 2026. He is 0-3 on hard courts before he went to ATP Dallas. Now, he did win his first 2 matches in Dallas, but he lost the first set in both of them to Tommy Paul and Ben Shelton. So even when he wins, he loses set 1. And is an aggressive starter. He's coached by Michael Chang, who emphasizes fast starts, who was actually not a terrible tennis player himself back in the day. I was listening to a tennis podcast a few weeks ago during the Australian Open, and they were talking about how Michael Chang said one of his biggest regrets was he wished he would have been a more explosive starter in his matches, and he's been trying to beat that into Leonard Tien's head since he became his coach. The reason I like this play, because Tien is minus 205 money line, so you're giving me an extra 40 cents just for him to win the first set. I don't have to rely on him winning the match. I don't have to rely on him going 3 sets. I just win the first one. We don't care what happens after that. Minus 160 implies that there's a 61% probability. I, along with the models, feel like that should be close to the 70-75% considering the gap. This is when you look at this is elite talent versus a struggling vet. Kamanovich has lost set 1 in his last 2 matches, and I believe it's 4 of his last 6 matches. 1 set, cash it. That's all we need. Pick number 3, we're moving on to college basketball. Liberty minus 10.5 versus FIU at minus 110. Conference USA basketball. This is Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. This is another 2-unit play. Liberty is 22-3 overall, undefeated in conference, undefeated at home. 14-0 in conference, 12-0 at home. They're on a 16-game win streak, which is the 3rd longest active streak in the nation. They can clinch the regular season title tomorrow night with a win. FIU is 12-19, 5-9 in conference. Season's pretty much over. Their first meeting went into overtime. That was in FIU. That was in December. That was before Liberty hit their stride. The one thing that I worry about with this spread is Liberty plays very slow. They are 324th in tempo, is in severe contrast to how FIU plays. They are a very hectic pressing style defense. With that being said, Liberty takes care of the basketball very well. I believe this line should be closer to minus 14 or minus 15. You're at home with a chance to clinch the conference title. Give me the 10.5. 2 units. Pick number 4. Before I start, I'm going to have to go ahead and address this because I know I'm going to get a text message from somebody saying I look stiff as hell. I sprained my neck and my shoulder earlier today, so if you see me sitting here looking like a statue, that's why. But pick number 4, USF minus 8.5 versus Utah. This is also minus 110. American Conference. I think it's American Conference. Don't hold me to that. 7 p.m. Thursday. We're putting a unit and a half on this. Memphis was voted number 1 preseason. USF was voted number 2. So this was supposed to be a battle of the Titans. USF has held up their end of the bargain. They're 18-8, 10-3 in conference play, sitting in first place. This 12-13, 7-5 in conference, not doing what we thought they was going to do this year. USF's on a 4-game win streak, dominating conference play. Memphis has been very up and down. They beat FAU 92-65 a couple weeks ago, but then they lost to Tulane 78-76 at home that same week. I think we talked about that a couple weeks ago when we picked UAB to beat them. All right, I think we took the 2.5. Kayshawn Pryor just dropped 29 points, 5 steals, and 5 blocks in his last game. Memphis gives up 73 points per game in conference. There is absolutely no defense or fight on this team. I will say one thing that has given me hesitancy about this spread, UFC's coach put this to light. I believe it was Tuesday afternoon. He acknowledged that Memphis is going to come out desperate and that they are in panic mode. I agree, but USF's hitting on all cylinders right now. Minus 8.5, I feel like this should be closer to minus 10, minus 11. So you're giving me an extra 1.5. I'm going to go ahead and take it. 1.5 units, USF minus 8.5. Cash it. Pick number 5. This team actually won me a decent bit of change last week. Hawaii, minus 11.5 versus Cal Poly, minus 110. This is the Big West Conference. This will be tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. ET, right before Friday midnight. We are putting a unit and a half on this game. Hawaii is 14-1 at home. They've won 10 straight at the Banco Arena. They're tied for first in the Big West, so this is huge for conference tournament seeding. The first meeting, Hawaii won 86-66 at Cal. 20-point blowout on the road. Now you're going to take this game back home where they're cooking. Man, I don't know. Cal Poly has to fly 6 hours across the Pacific for a 5-hour time change. They just played Saturday, so not too much of short rest, but you got jet lag and a hostile environment. I believe a lot of people are going to fall for the Cal Poly trap because they've just won back-to-back big games. I would pause on that because both were at home. Their bodies are still going to be used to California time, which is 3 hours back. I don't know why I said that, to fly 6 hours. Their bodies, I just don't. This shit's going to get ugly. Like, it should be minus 16 or minus 17. You lost to the team by 20 at home. Now you got to go on the road where they play even better. Give me the Rainbow Warriors. Smash it. I said 1.5 units. I might even put 2 units on it. Shit, maybe even 3. The group know how I get. So those are my official picks. I do have a bonus for y'all, and I'm kind of sick. It's kind of a make you laugh, same thing that'll make you laugh, make you cry situation, because this line was at plus 460. But had I recorded last night, I would have took an L on the pod record because I would have been fading Coco Gauff and she ended up winning today. I don't know this kid's first name, but I know his last name is Yodar. He's plus 300 against Taylor Fritz. This is Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're only going to put half a unit on this. Like I said, it's an unofficial play, so I'm not going to throw anything crazy on it. Fritz just played a 3-set final on Sunday in Dallas and lost to Shelton. He is heartbroken about losing that title. He was talking about winning Dallas back during the Australian Open. So to lose not only the tournament, but the way he lost the tournament, I believe he had 3 match points. I know for a fact he had 2. But I believe he had 3 match points, and he choked it for a tournament that he clearly was prepping and preparing to play and win. Man, I think this is a very, very tough spot. He was 1-3 on hard course before Dallas. Lost to Massetti in straight sets in the Australian Open. Yodar is a 19-year-old Spanish phenom. He is 12-2 in 2026. He just beat Ethan Quinn earlier today, 6-2, 6-3, so we know he's fresh and he's sharp. He won 3 ATP Challenger titles in 2025, and this is the first time he's ever playing a top 10 opponent. I think he's going to come out hungry. The line implies that he only has a 25% win probability. It might be closer to 30-35%. I think the fatigue angle is real. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull up the winner set. It's just a case because I know there's somebody out there that's going to be scary. So if you give me a second, I can pull it up for you right now. Where we at? Here we go. So if you don't trust him to win the match, you can pick him to win a set at minus 110. Ew, that's nasty. So he's minus 110 to win a set, but he's plus 300 to win the match. That's just, if you're feeling extra spicy, you can take him to win the match and both players to win a set at plus 640. I actually kind of want to change my mind on that now. But I could see a situation where Yodar wins the first set and Fritz just decides to retire halfway through the second set. I think the only way the Yodar wins the match and both players win a set is if Fritz wins the first set. I don't think he's going to quit if he wins the first set and loses the second set. But if he loses the first set, especially like in a tiebreaker, if he gets dog walked, like 6-1, 6-2, I could absolutely see Fritz just going ahead and punting on the tournament, just calling it a day. So yeah, that 110 is sick. I thought it was at least going to be like plus 125 or plus 140. So yeah, just a quick recap. We're taking Shibata, money line, plus 136 versus Tiafoe. That's 1 unit, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. We're taking Lerner Tien first set at minus 160. We're going to put 2 units on that. The time is to be determined. It's going to be played after the Tiafoe match. I believe it's on the same court, so we don't have an official time on that yet. I'd probably say around like 4:30, 5 o'clock. 6 p.m., we're taking Liberty minus 10.5 versus FIU. That is going to be a 2-unit play. 7 p.m., we're taking USF minus 8.5 versus Memphis. 9 p.m., we're taking Hawaii minus 11.5 versus Cal Poly. That's going to be a 1.5-unit play. And then our bonus pick, spicy pick, whatever you want to call it, we're taking Yodar money line plus 300, a half a unit. And I'm telling y'all, I am so sick the fact that it moved from plus 460 to plus 300 lets me know that sharp people really think he has a chance to win this match. And I'm so sick I did not get a chance to play this last night. But it is what it is. As always, I appreciate everybody tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing, shooting me text messages about the show. I love the engagement. We're going to keep doing what we can to drop the numbers up. Like I told you guys last year, I just try to focus on winning. As long as we're winning, the followers and the revenue and all that shit's gonna come in due time. So let's cash these tickets in, and as always, get rich or go broke trying, baby.